Key Campus, formerly known as Human Services Campus, opened 20 years ago as a collection of service providers to help adults experiencing homelessness move out of their homelessness into housing. Today we have about 15 different partner organizations offering an array of services. We shelter about 900 people overnight and wrap them with services to help them form a housing plan and move out of homelessness.
I came to 12th Avenue and Madison as the physician at Maricopa County Healthcare for the Homeless in spring of 1996. The services have evolved with the needs of the people over these 20 years. And that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the relationship that developed from those first days among the service providers in those organizations. We were like family to each other.
I'm Chris Volchuk. I'm the CEO at Brighter Way Institute. I was a dentist for about 10 years in private practice. I met Mary Orton, who is the first executive director of CAS. So she said, while you're looking for what you're going to do, you seem a little lost. Why don't you come down and volunteer? So CAS let me pull up a 2-chair trailer in that field where I was as a case manager and open a dental clinic with 45 volunteers.
I had a mentorship at Maricopa County, and so I was a little bit behind the scenes learning about how the campus was being set up and what was going to happen. I remember the ribbon cutting and this pristine lawn and a lot of like, wow, how is this really going to happen? I don't think we knew how it was really going to happen.
When they built the campus, the joy from the community, from the United States, all the entities rushing in there to see us. We had tours and events, and the excitement was overwhelming. So now we have this wonderful campus integrating care, coordinating with all the nonprofits, giving the homeless what they need in a customized manner, and it made life so much easier.
I came from California, tried to do some work. I did it, but that didn't turn into something sustainable. Or I ended up at CAS, actually, at the time. So that was my first exposure to the whole homeless environment. And I was here when they started breaking ground for the campus as it is right now. After I became sober, one of the managers reached out and said, so, would you be willing to consider a job here? I went into the mailroom just before COVID, actually. And I've been in the mailroom since then.
CAS began in 1984. It originally served the first clients in the early part of 1985. So CAS actually originally started with 2 different locations. Eventually, not long after that, the 2 moved into the same area of town, and then ultimately they consolidated into one big shelter that has the 600 beds that we know today.
I have a long history in this building, but it didn't look anything like this when I first started working here. This was called the Men's Overflow, and there were 200 and some odd men spending the night here. I'm a Vietnam veteran myself. Many of them were veterans. We were offered a grant from the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and we were offered a space to open up Manna House, which is an acronym for Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, as a transitional living center for veterans experiencing homelessness. We all talk about Mike McQuaid and what an inspiration he was to a lot of us that worked here on the campus, and he was extremely supportive of what we were doing with the Manna House and the Veterans Outreach Center.
Yeah, Mike McQuaid was a one-of-a-kind human being. So while Mike was volunteering at Andre House and he saw how some of these programs and services were in the neighborhood, Cass was in a building that no longer exists. St. Vincent de Paul had a dining room a couple of blocks away, and he had a vision of creating a place where all of those services were co-located. And he went to other community leaders. He went to the county, he went to Downtown Phoenix Partnership, Phoenix Community Alliance, and said, we could build a space and not have this congregation of homeless people in downtown Phoenix. He got other people to buy in and see his vision. He did so much, and this building that we're in, that's now our admin building, I think one of the saddest parts of being in this building is that he's not here to see it.
Driving here this morning, I was like, I wonder if I'll get emotional. It's, and especially seeing the Mike McQuaid conference room, you know, there's so many people that have seen this work from 20 years before the campus opened, and just people who believe so strongly in how we all deserve to be treated with love. Bringing that all together is really meaningful, and I think that's my hope too for the future, is we can continue to do that.
I have a large place in my heart for this campus and for what goes on here. We haven't ended homelessness in Arizona, in Phoenix, or in the United States of America. And until we do, those of us who are able will continue to step up to make sure that we're doing the best we can for every human being that comes on this campus. I don't think it's the kind of thing you can quit.
I mean, this work is important to me because, well, you can see YOLO a couple of different ways. You only live once. It's either, you know, go tear it up and have a great time, or spend your life trying to make some kind of dent in the world that makes the world a little bit of a better place. And so for me, this is my YOLO, right? I'm doing this because what else would I be doing if not taking some steps toward making the world a little bit better in some area, in some way, around some issue than when I got started in it. And so, well, since there's no shortage of problems, I find myself waking up excited to stay after that every day.
You know, we say keys to change, and I think that dignity and respect is one of the keys to change. So it's a tremendous privilege we have.
Key Campus changed my life before I started working here, and it continues to change my life because of the people who work here, because of the people who volunteer here, and because of the clients. And I'm continually inspired and motivated by them and their resiliency.